In this video, I'll be showing you how I made these miter saw flip stops for my miter saw. These were completely designed in Lightburn, and I cut them out with my Acmer 33 watt laser P2. Here you can see they're attached to my miter saw wing with a 1/4 inch carriage bolt. It slides into a 1/4 inch T-track that I cut with my router. And then I made these 48mm wood knobs using Lightburn, same process. Here's what I'll call version 2 of the flip stop. This one's a little bit longer and a little bit higher. And here I already added the tape in the back, the fast cap tape, and it's already been calibrated. But I'll cover that in another video. So let's go ahead and test this. As you can see, it's set at 20 inches. So I'm going to grab a scrap piece and cut it and see what the results are. So my flip stop set to 20 inches. I'll go ahead and cut it, and then I'll grab my measuring tape, measure it out, and see what it measures up at. And as you can see, it's right on the money. Perfect 20 inches. So here I'll give you a working example on how I'd use this. So I'd need to cut this one piece at 20 inches. We know it's already set. As you can see, that fence or the flip stop is totally square with the fence. And here I'd make my cut. And then here I'll have multiple flip stops. So this one's set to 17 inches. So I would just line up my board, put the flip stop down. This is all squared up. Go to my saw, cut that bad boy. I got my 17-inch piece. And then maybe later down the project, I'm making a lot of 32-inch cuts. That's what this one's set at. And I'll be making a part 2 video on how you calibrate these things, as it's really easy. Basically, you just got to adjust the set screw and then the second lock washer over to get it squared up. So I went ahead and designed the base of the flip stop here in Lightburn. And then I went and cut them out on my Acmer 33 laser, as you can see here. And once that was completed, I took them out and moved them over to my smart workbench, which is a work in progress. Here you can see I just separated and organized the pieces into their proper category. Here's the piece that makes up the middle of the base. As you can see here, there's approximately 8 of them that go across that are laminated together. And here's the shorter pieces that make up the sides. And over here on the flip stop side, we got an additional 3 pieces. Here are the 2 tenons that we'll use to connect all the other pieces together. And actually, here's the last piece that goes down the middle. They're separated, and that's where the bolt will go through for the wooden knob. So here I'm just going to speed up the raw footage of me actually building these things. So let's go. Here I'm just laminating the pieces together with some tight bond glue, using a silicone roller to apply the glue to the pieces. Here you can see I'm inserting the tenons into the mortises, and this will line everything up. As you can see, I'm also adding some pin nails here. This just keeps everything tight together, because when I wipe it down with the rag, I just want everything not to move. And here now I'm just adding the 2 side pieces. One side gets 2 pieces, the other one gets 3. And again, I'll go ahead and add a couple more pin nails. Here I'll just use my air compressor to blow off some of that squeeze out from the glue. And now I'll grab a wet rag and wipe off all the glue residue. And now I'll grab a couple F-clamps and clamp this baby down and let it dry for an hour. So once it's dry, we'll take off the F clamps, and then I'm gonna do a little work with it on the belt sander, not taking off too much. Here I'm just going to do some final sanding with some 220 with both my orbital sander and a sanding block. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Again, this is only a prototype, so I'm good with it. And here I'm just going to give it some minor protection with some boiled linseed oil to it. Also bring out the colors. Hey, it looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the flip stops on my Acmer 33 laser. All these pieces are made of 5mm underlayment, which I bought at Home Depot, which I got, I think, a 4x8 sheet cost about 28 bucks. As you can see, I cut out the square on the flip stop so that carriage bolt fits perfectly in there with the laser. So I'm just going to go ahead and try fit everything together. When you use those mortise and tendons, it's great because you can get puts everything together and you get a good idea what it's going to look like before you glue anything up. And it's just like before. We're going to laminate the 3 pieces together. I'll use Type Bond glue and just use my silicone roller. Apply the glue and install the mortises and put on some clamps. And let it dry for an hour. Just going to apply the same process like before. Take off the clamps. I'm going to go clean it up a little bit over on the belt sander. And then I go ahead and apply some boiled linseed oil like I did before to give the wood a little bit of protection. Once that's completed, then we'll start the assembly. I'll hook the base to the actual flip stop here. Here I'll start by inserting the 3.5 inch carriage bolt. It's 1/4 inch. And then I'll start applying the 3 lock nuts. And here I'll just put in the 1/4 inch set screw. It's just a button head hex screw. Here I'll just get everything snug, get it tightened down, and get it as square as possible before making my final adjustments. As you can see, the build's quite simple. We got 1/4 inch set screw right there. And then we got a 3.5 inch carriage bolt that's 1/4 inch, and then attached to that are 3 lock washers. Or sorry, lock bolts. So the only thing left is to add a piece of track to the bottom there that will fit in the 1/4 inch groove. And also to add the 1/4 inch carriage bolt with the knob. Be ready to go. Alright, I'm going to be wrapping up part 1 of this, so we'll just take a quick look at the build and where we're at. So you can see we still need to install the wood knob, but here, let's pull it out of the track and check out the bottom because I didn't film this part. So here, one of the adjustments I made is I use a plastic track that I glued in with super glue instead of the wood plywood because I dropped one of them and the wood one chipped. So, and with my luck, I'll drop another one in the future. So I'm just going to eliminate that problem. Plus, the plastic doesn't expand and it should stay more stable in the track. So let's go ahead and install that 48mm wood knob, as this baby's almost done. With this knob I used a rib nut, which worked out really well, but I experimented with a lot of different things, but I'll make a separate video on that. So all these, yeah, were made with light burn, and I just cut them out on my Acmer 33, but they work great. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see a lot more projects like this. Like, I already have these things completed, I just have to film them. So here, I'll show you a couple of things that I made with my laser and light burn. These things are basically all just things for my smart workbench that I'm currently working on. So stuff for the table saw, routers, miter saw, etc. But check it out and let me know in the comments what you like, what you don't like. Have a good one.